Hi, this is Lynn Suszek with Faith Talk, also known as the Video Church. I kind of like it both. I like both names. Well, that's appropriate. This is a talk about can't have it both ways. I'm inside with the shadows. Shadows all over my face. It's either that or outside with the birds and the lawnmowers. It's always something. Anyway, I gotta give you the revelations while I'm getting them. It's for me too. So, the more I understand about manifesting healing and believing that God's word is true and that we're healed, and how can you say you're healed when you still have symptoms? The decision to be healed, it's a decision because God already gave it to us. So we have to decide, just like we decide, I want to get saved. We have to decide. I want to be healed, and I am healed. And the decision to believe you're healed, here's the profound thing, requires, get this, the decision to believe you're healed requires believing you're not sick. God's profoundness is always so simple. It's like, wow. It's simple and profound. In order to believe you're well, you have to believe you're not sick. What? Well, I just want the symptoms to go and then I'll believe. Well, doesn't God's word say, when you pray, believe that you've received? I'm going to kind of reinterpret what I'm getting is when you pray for healing, when you believe, you believe you're not sick, you're not whatever. Well, a broken foot, infection, burn on your wherever. These things you can see and feel. How can I say they're not real? Well, it is dangerous. That's why you have to get this information on YouTube. And I wouldn't be allowed to teach this in a church because it's dangerous. People flirting around with believing you're healed. Well, I've seen it happen. That's how I become convinced of the truth. It's happened to me over and over again. It gets more and more dangerous to believe, but when you get to the point where you are done because the hospital can kill you, the doctors are killing people with their practice, they don't know what they're doing half the time, and they're wrong half the time. The medical, trying to get healed through medical means and being healed spiritually, like through miraculous faith, is what people are trying to do. It's like wherever I can get healed is good enough. Well, you just end up not, it's like you have to be all in faith. And the decision to believe you're healed requires believing you're not sick. And that's what's been working for me. So the natural mind is like, what? And you're like, forget you. I'm not sick. I don't care what I see. And that's how healing happens. It's actually a revelation or a discovery or a realization that you're not sick. Well, it's on the x-rays. I felt it. They showed me. I know. Believe what you want. I'm just telling you what's working. And it's going to happen for me all the way. Everything is going to unfold. It's unfolding. So you can't have it both ways. It's double-minded. The Bible talks about, what do you get when you're double-minded? Nothing. So you can't have it both ways. natural minded and spiritual minded. And Curry Blake has the best teaching on this, and I don't know where you can even find it because I wanted to own it. I've tried to buy it. I don't know. It's The Matrix, and I don't know if it's even still in circulation on YouTube. I've tried to find it before. He taught us something on The Matrix. You know, the movie The Matrix, and that pushed me really far into understanding. The movie The Matrix is being in two separate worlds, and which one's reality? Whichever one you believe. If you're in there if you're in 1 foot in the natural world and 1 foot in the spiritual world, you have trouble. When you're all in, and you're not going to keep believing what you're feeling and seeing because of God's word, that's the key. Not because you're so strong. It's not because you had a vision. It's because of God's word. You have to stand and stand again. It's like playing chicken. It's like, it's a lie, okay? The lie in your body, like people have been healed of broken foots in a couple hours, but it's painful. It's painful. But it's supernatural change. I've got testimony upon testimony, not only my own, but friends who have seen burns disappear in seconds, and just by saying no. Everything can be fixed in a few seconds. You just have to realize what the truth is, and then it's like this world is actually like a dream world. It can change. Can you know, if you realize you're dreaming and you start actually changing what's going on in your dream, that's really what the natural realm is. It's like a dream. It's all like, yeah, you're not gonna get this in church. It's like having your hand on one doorknob and trying to open another. You gotta let go of one to get in all the way. And then you're gonna see things change in seconds. How do we get healing to manifest in seconds like Jesus? You have to believe all the way, and you have to stop believing that the natural stuff, what you're seeing and feeling, is true. It's scary, but it's real and it happens. One thing is, you know, I've talked about this infection I recently had. It was real to, you know, I couldn't hardly chew on one side for days. I thought it was due to a cleaning I had, but it didn't manifest for 5 days. And so it didn't really make sense, and it couldn't, you know, look inside, you couldn't see anything, but it was real to me, you know. But once I was like, I am not getting antibiotics. This isn't even real. But I was starting to get shooting pains to my cheekbone and my ears, and it was like, how bad is this going to get? But the decision to not give into it was gone overnight. Distracted myself from it, kept distracting myself from it. It's like if somebody's yelling at you and you know that it's not true what they're saying, you need to like tune them out. You need to tune it out. Well, you have to be at a certain level of faith to be able to get this and have it really work. And you can't be risking your life when you're practicing your faith. You got to try things. You can't just like, okay, this is not life-threatening, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it with the doctor or whatever. If you're going to be you're working on something, you're working on your faith, you need to apply it all the time. Fasting is a great way to deny the body from telling you what to do. You need to tell your body what to do. That's scriptural. Another good way to look at it is how long, if you had somebody, you realized, most people come to the point where they realize somebody in their life is just lying to them all the time. When you come to realize that this person's lying to you, and they know that you know, how long do you think they're going to stick around? How long can you even have a relationship with that person anymore? They know, you know, well, they're not going to stop lying, apparently. This is what happens. But they don't want to hang around you anymore, and you don't want to be around them. And you're just exuding this, you can't fool me anymore. Really? Really? You can try to lie to me again? You know, it's like you don't have to say anything. You just have this shield up, and they don't feel comfortable. That's how it goes with sickness and disease and pain and suffering and paralysis, I'm sure. It's leaving because it leaves when you don't believe it anymore. That is the weird part of faith that I don't think people talk about, because it's dangerous. If you're going to believe you're healed, you got to stop believing that you're sick. Thanks for joining me. Sorry about the shadows. See you next time.